And K-Toko Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school basketball, where the Ansonia Tigers will take on the Minster Wildcats. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Borchers Family Flooring, and NK Telco. Hello, I'm Dave Kanapke. Alongside me is Jeff Henson. It's our pleasure to bring you this game here on a Tuesday night between two teams, orange and black. A lot of orange and black tonight. Ansonia 4-9 on the season, 2-5 in the WOAC conference. And Jeff, they've run into they had some promise for this year, but they've run into a couple tough injuries.
Yeah, started off the season with some bad news. Their leading scorer and rebounder the past two seasons, Garrett Stamen, whichever side of the road you live on, got hurt in football. He was the defensive player of the year in the Western Ohio Athletic Conference. A potential 1,000-point scorer out for the year. Then here recently, 7 games into the season, they lose a 3-year starter in Jacob Krager, a lockdown defender. So they've had to deal with injuries tonight. They're also another player down, and Lane Bowman's not playing, so they're dressing 10. Had a big win against Mississinawa Valley the other night. I don't think it was a league game. They beat them earlier in the year for a league game, but without a 47, Ansonia won, got a key contribution of a freshman, Bennett Lehman, hitting 3 3-pointers in the final quarter to help them. And one thing that Coach Overton talked about, he goes, I don't care what our record is. I just want to get better every game, and I just want to continue to get better. It doesn't bother me what our record is. We want to be better so at the end of the year we can make some noise and just play our best basketball.
The opponents tonight at home here, Minster, 6-6 on the season, 1-2 in the MAC. A similar type story. They've had some injury problems getting most of them back. They had lost 4 in a row, but they're starting to play very good basketball. They've won their last 3.
Well, they had a heartbreaking loss here against St. Henry League when I called. The guy hit a 3-pointer. It was ascended overtime. A game Minster had a double-digit lead late in the game. Lost that league game, and they lost a Parkway League game by 3. Didn't shoot well, so obviously 2 games they could have won, been 3-0 in league play. But they bounced back from those losses, beat Bykins, Versailles, and Fort Loramie in that stretch. So been playing some very good basketball. They too are looking to maybe get some players back, but tonight they'll be playing without their starting point guard or starting player in Cole McClurg, out with an injury.
Yeah, McClurg, a very good 3-point shooter, shoots 50% on threes, 19 threes, averages 8 points. Couple big scores, very explosive scores, can put up a big number any night. Cole Richard at just under 14 and Brogan Steffi at 12.6.
Yeah, they got guys that can light up, and you just never know. They always keep you in the ballgame with those type of abilities.
Yeah, and a nice size underneath. Cole Albers with 8 points, 9 rebounds a game.
Yeah, he's shooting over 50% from the field, and he's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
And the other thing, it's the last piece of the puzzle. James Niemeyer came, I think his first game was against St. Henry.
It was. This will be his 6th game. He's played 5, and he came back in the St. Henry game. So another very athletic player that if he gets going, that's just another weapon for Coach McClurg.
Yeah, it's just feeling like it filled out the lineup. He had an injury in the playoff game against Marion. So it's good to have Niemeyer back in the lineup. Looks like we're going to have a little choir here. Choir director Amy Brigador will be having the choir sing here. I'll hear what grade this is. Fifth and sixth grade choir. Again, Abby Brigador for the national anthem.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
And that's your 5th and 6th grade choir in the direction of Director Abby Brigador with the national anthem tonight. So getting ready for tonight's game. Minster on the right side in the white jerseys. On the left side is the Ansonia team. They're going to be in the orange uniforms, trimmed by the black. Again, Ansonia 4-9 overall, 2-5 in the WAC or the WOAC. Minster 6-6 overall, 1-2 in the MAC. Here are the starting lineups for Ansonia. Head coach Tony Overton. Number 1, Matt Bargy, a 5'10 senior, just under 11 points a game, their leading scorer. Landon Bowman, a 5'8 senior, 4.4. Number 5, I'm corrected, Ethan Reichert, a 6'2 senior, averages 13.8, their leading scorer. Asher Shives, 6' junior, just over a point a game. Trevor Hemrick, 6' senior, 7.1. Head coach is Tony Overton, assisted by Jason Hemrick, Hunter Muir, and Galen Herod, coaching staff for the Ansonia Tigers. And they'll turn the lights off here as you will get the turn down the lights. Starting lineups, a little different lineup tonight. Cole McClurg out with a sprained ankle tonight. Starting off. Check that, as they say Cole McClurg, but it's Connor Schmeezing in the lineup, a 5'8 junior. Number 4, their leading scorer. Number 4, Cole Richard, a 6' junior. 13.8 on the season, 25 threes. Quarterback on the team, point guard Brogan Steffi, 6' junior, 12.6, 87% from the foul line. James Niemeyer, 6'3 junior, number 15, 5.4 game. And in the middle, sophomore, 6'8, 42, Cole Albers, 8.3, 9 rebounds on the night. Head coach Michael McClurg, assisted by J.J. Woolmeyer, Mike Kettner, Roger Boki, and Logan Summer. So we got the starting lineups. Jeff, let's talk about our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Let's first start with the Tigers.
Well, first for the Tigers, they want to eliminate second chance points. They know they have to keep Albers and his company off the offensive glass. They also want to value the basketball, treat it with a lot of respect, make sure Minster doesn't get any quick looks off of ill-advised passes, and take open shots. Good ball movement, good movement without the ball, take good shots.
Now for the Wildcats.
They also don't want to come out flat. They're on a good roll right now. They want to continue that good energy. They want to win the glass battle, and they want to minimize their turnovers. Again, those live ball turnovers, they don't want to let the Tigers get anything cheap uncontested. So those are our keys to the game. Thank you for both coaches and for Keyhole Pizza sponsoring our keys to the game.
Tip controlled by the Wildcats. Schmeezing with the basketball. Trying to look down low to Albers. Schmeezing, or Niemeyer lobs it too far. Turnover to the Tigers.
Tigers knew that was coming in. Some good backside help there. A pass overthrown and good rotation defensively by the orange-shirted Tigers.
Ansonia averages 44 points a game. Minster at 452. They are on the attack. There's Landon Bowman. Into the corner, it's Reichert. Down low, shot up there by number 5, Reichert. Shot off the mark, rebounded by the Wildcats. Steffi down to Albers. Baby hook, rolls off.
Roy Albers is a good shooter from that range, over 50%. I think he's a 52% two-point shooting. I threw it in before the game. He's also 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, a very good 100%.
Working against this man-to-man defense. Minster plays mainly man. There's Reichert with the basketball. He's the leading scorer, almost 14 points a game. There's Bowman with the basketball. Bargy with the tray. Tipped around, controlled by Albers. Outlet pass to Steffi. Richard now to Albers. First 2 possessions, they went down to Albers. Shoot a lot of threes. They average about 5 threes a game.
Shoot a pretty good percentage at 37% as a team from three-point range.
There's Steffi with the tray. Bargy with the rebound. Bargy pushing the tempo. Gives it out to Bowman. They work it around the perimeter. There's Reichert. He'll try the tray. They're down by Schmeezing. Both teams 3 possessions and no baskets so far. Richard down to Albers. Left-handed hook. A nice move, Cole Albers.
Good use of his frame and finishes with his left hand for the 6'8 sophomore. And that's something that he might have the advantage tonight. Definitely the biggest player on the court. And he's very athletic as a sophomore.
Little full court pressure handled by the Tigers. Bargy drives to the hoop. Nice move, Matt Bargy. Timeout on the floor by Coach McClurg. Be a 30-second timeout. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Our scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank. Keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. All the timeouts sponsored by Precision Strip. We'll pick a player game sponsored by NK Telco. Our mid and post game stats are sponsored by Grand Lake Health Systems. Our live view sponsor tonight here at Minster is Borchers Family Floor Center. And on First National Bank scoreboard, 5:12 to go, first quarter, we're tied at 2.
Interesting to see once what Coach McClurg wanted to illustrate. I mean, his team gave up the first bucket of the game unless he was unhappy with the drive that Bargy got to the basket, but kind of a quick timeout. Maybe he's going to stress, let's dump the ball into Cole Albers until they stop him. I don't know, but quick timeout by Coach McClurg. He wanted to get something straight as both teams finally scored their first basket on each of the last possessions.
Talk about Albers. He has 6 inches on Reichert, 6'8 to 6'2.
That's what I'm saying. He's strong, so he might have an advantage. And then Sonia's even double teaming there on the backside.
Steffi with the 3. Brogan Steffi.
Well, if that happens, it's going to make it tough, as cheating there was Shives. He had kind of he'd been playing down by Albers. They hit Steffi up top, and he's able to hit the open jumper.
Ansonia breaks the press. Layup there by Ethan Reichert.
Good ball movement on the Minster press.
Ethan Reichert would go to complete the 3-point play. Averages 13.8 points, 5 rebounds, 51% on his field goals. Misses the free throws. Not a good foul shooting team.
Not 49%, so they've left some points on the line.
Quick basket underneath Steffi.
Boy, he's done it from the outside. Now he's done it to the inside. That's tough to stop when you can get in there without athleticism, get up high, shoot with the opposite hand. Tough to stop that type of movement. 5 points for Steffi.
Bargy thought about a 3. Drive there by Hemrick. Set it up top to Bowman. Bowman, lefty with a long 3, rattles it home for Lane to Bowman.
A lot of high arch, you mentioned it, and that was a tough shot. He's left-handed. He was actually moving to his left and kind of had to, just was an awkward, he hit it straight on, but he's able to knock down the shot. His 10th made 3-pointer of the season, shoots just under 30% from that range.
Richard fortunate to get the ball back. Takes it over to Steffi. He's double teamed on the drive. Schmeezing. Back to Richard. Tray in. 26 trays now for Cole Richard on the season.
And more importantly, 38% accuracy. So that's a pretty good weapon to have. He is very efficient. Give the assist to Connor Schmeezing as he drove and did enough to bring the defense in and got an assist on the bucket by Richard.
Into the game, number 23, Jacob Schmidtmeyer, who played a lot of JV tonight for Ansonia. For the Wildcats, Ian Holman in the game, number 0. Also, number 2, Andrew Kettner, who had 12 points in the first quarter on the JV game on 4 threes. So he's had a good amount of varsity time with the injuries.
He's filled some spots, if you will, and yeah, definitely taking advantage of that opportunity.
Good defense there on the Hemrick shot by Albers. Holman leans in. Blocked there by Reichert. He'll try again and kick it out to Schmeezing. So whip it around the perimeter. Steffi short on the tray. Rebound Ansonia. Hemrick. There's Reichert. Back to Hemrick. Tray in for Trevor Hemrick.
Hemrick hits his second 3-pointer of the game. Only had 5 coming into the ball game. Now 6 and 7. 20% shooter from that range, but he's found a groove tonight. Hemrick on 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
We are tied 10-10. Holman's open for the layup.
Assist to Niemeyer. A breakdown in the Ansonia defense, and Niemeyer, good eyes, found Holman for the easy opportunity. Holman averages 4 points a game. His first 2 of the night.
Bowman with the basketball. Out on the wing. Shot up by Bargy. In and out. Rebound is Niemeyer. Head to Schmeezy. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Glad you're joining us here on NK Telco Sports. Along with Jeff Henson, I'm Dave Kanapke. A WOAC versus the MAC showdown here on a Tuesday night. Second of 3 Tuesdays that Minster's played, and there's a drive by Brogan Steffi.
Again, pretty good athleticism. He's twice now going to the basket. Very strong with the basketball. He has a high release, so he makes himself a little bit taller and able to get up and score already his 7th point.
Yeah, the 10-second call is Ansonia a little bit too patient there.
Their first turnover of the ball game. Each team now with just 1 turnover.
Albers back in.
Well, you said they were a little maybe slow or patient, but the silver lining is they didn't panic. They didn't throw it away.
You're
Minster
right.
doesn't score in layups.
Not a live ball turnover.
Correct.
Like you call it.
Yep.
It's true.
I'm always looking for positive things, so you just don't want your kids to panic.
Good job by Albers to keep it alive, and he finishes.
Tips it to himself as Ansonia put bodies on him, and kind of even a tough shot, but he hits it now, his 4th point on 2 for 3 from the field.
Schmidtmeyer's shot is short. Albers with the outlet pass. Minster will run whenever they get the chance. They give it to Richard. Can't finish. Holman loses it out of bounds.
Big possession for Ansonia. If that one goes in by Richard, they're looking at an 8-point game here. I know there's a lot of time left, but you just don't want to get down too early. You know, getting a come from behind on the road situation against a team that's been playing pretty good basketball. So, you know, Minster's got a lot of confidence. Just need a big shot.
Riker splashes the tray.
His 5th point, and that matches his jersey number, and exactly what Coach Overton in his 2nd season needed was points to cut the lead in half.
Ansonia was 13-11 last year. Like I said,
a lot of expectation, and it was unfortunately hampered.
Nice pass, Holman to Richard for the basket.
Richard with 5, clock running down, but yeah, Ansonia, but like what the coach said in the paper with their last win, doesn't care what the record is, they just want to keep getting better and better.
Kettner had a steal and then lost the dribble out of bounds, so another chance with 10.2 here for Ansonia.
Bargy will take it out. He had 16 points in their win over Mississauga Valley. Led the team in that victory and that scoring.
Down to 4 seconds. Shot up by Hemrick. And that will do our first quarter of play on our First National Bank scoreboard. Minster 18, Ansonia 13. Move back with the second quarter on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
1 quarter in the books. Minster with a 5-point lead.
Pretty good shooting by both teams in the first quarter. Ansonia 2 of 6. 2 of 6 from 2-point shooting were the Tigers. A very good 4 of 7 3-point shooting. Overall, they were 6 of 13. Minster a little bit better. 6 of 9 were the Cats from 2-point shooting. 2 of 3 from 3-point shooting. So a very good 75% for the first quarter. 8 of 12. Good reason why they have 18 points.
Good ball boom, but they were able to get some nice looks.
Assist. Yeah, we mentioned, I know Niemeyer had a good look, I think, and then Holman maybe had an assist as well, probably others, but good job by Albers finishing inside. He helps make those assist totals grow when he can shoot a high percentage inside.
Ansonia, not a bad first quarter. They got some shooters.
They do. Now, they haven't shot very well on the season. I mean, there's 4 of 7 three-point range here in the first quarter as a team, only shooting 25% from that range, but hit it pretty well in the first 8 minutes.
Three ball by Hemrick, too long. That will bounce out of bounds off of Minster. It will be Ansonia ball into the game. Number 15, Bennett Lehman, 5'9" freshman, played mostly JV. Came off a big night.
Yeah, he was praised in the last game. He hit 3 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. They made 5 in the fourth quarter against Minster Valley. He had 3 of them.
He's in some trouble right now as he got double teamed, ultimately stolen away. And Steffi's, he's trying to pass it. He lost the handle, and that'll be a turnover. So, unfortunate turnover there for Minster. Bennett Lehman had a nice shot in JV. He was mostly the point guard. Had some nice shots. He had about 11 points, if I remember right. Nice player. Getting his chance on varsity. He gives it up to Reichert. Reichert leads the Tigers 9. Bargy with the drive. Swatted away there by Cole Albers.
Nice defense by Albers. It does stay with the Tigers, though, on the out of bounds. But that, now the shooters know when they go in the paint, hey, I've got to get it higher. I've got to get it off quicker. That might just force future shots now as Ansonia gets shots in the paint with Albers there as a shot blocker.
I believe Albers leads the MAC in blocks. If not, he's not first. He's got to be second. Schmidtmeyer to the hoop. Tipped away. Ansonia comes up with it, and Albers gets an tough foul. He just bumped into somebody. His second foul.
Yeah, the Minster has 2 fouls, and Cole Albers has both of them.
Ian Holman, who just got to the bench and just sat down for a rest, will have to go back out there. Ian Holman, first team MAC at right tackle in football. Brings a lot of strength underneath. He'll kick it out. There's Lehman with the 3. Long rebound out to Holman. They trap him in the backcourt. Minster will have some numbers here. Kettner, step back 3. Rolls off. Holman is fouled. And Holman will go to the line to shoot 2.
Nice positioning by Holman, and took a shot to the face, it looked like, in his attempt to put it back up. But good positioning for Holman. Right place, right time. He averages 5 rebounds a game.
5 rebounds, 4 points. Solid contributor. He had a few starts earlier in the season. First foul shot rolls off for the 6'3" junior. All juniors, well, I shouldn't say all juniors. No seniors on this team, so the most senior members on the team are juniors.
Yeah, well said, in a mouthful. So they'll have everyone coming back next year is what it sounds like.
Second one will be short as well.
Tough break there as Minster cannot capitalize on the offensive rebound, but Ansonia dodges a bullet.
Schmidtmeyer's 3 off the mark. Steffi brings it up to Niemeyer. Steffi's open for the 3 and hits it. Can't leave him that open.
He's been on fire tonight. He's only missed 1 shot. Already 10 points in the ball game for the leading score at 12.6.
Niemeyer with the steal and a layup. Timeout on the floor by Ansonia. Coach Overton with the timeout. Will be a 30-second timeout. Gives us an opportunity to let you know NK Toko Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Toko Cable and on NKT.TV app. Replay times, channel 152 is at the 24th. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. The replay times on channel 3 and 503 are February 6th and 7th, both at 2 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktoko.com/sports/schedule.
Another mouthful.
So coming out of this precision straight timeout, Minster with a 5-0 run and a 10-point lead.
Yeah, here's where it gets dangerous. I said in the first quarter when Ansonia was down by 6, they needed to get a bucket. They got a 3-pointer. You just don't want to get down too early against a team that's beginning to, I think, get a flavor for the win and how to play a solid 32 minutes. So dangerous possession here. Good effort there. Niemeyer's going to get fouled, but nice. Job well done after the timeout. You can't ask for much better.
Ethan Riker would go to the basket for free throw line to shoot 2. Looking for the first points in this quarter by Ansonia. Riker with 5 in the first quarter. Talk about Niemeyer. He started or played a lot his freshman year on varsity, and last year he missed almost the whole season. Had a lot of nagging leg type.
Brogan Steffi both.
Brogan
right?
Steffi had the hip surgery. He had like a quad injury, hamstring, a lot of problems. He probably didn't play 5. I think Steffi played 2. Niemeyer didn't play more than 5. His record only makes 1 or 2, but both. It's similar to what Ansonia had last year. 2 of your top 5 players out for about his virtually season. And
then when Niemeyer comes back this year, he misses the first X amount of games. He's playing now in game number 6.
Yeah, or last year Minster struggled with those 2 guys not there. 3-20 season. Worst season they've had in a long time. 3 by Richard, rebound by Niemeyer. He goes strong to the hoop, and he'll shoot 2.
Did the right thing. He got the basketball and had the defender kind of out of position. Go at him and go up strong and play through the whistle. Niemeyer will get a chance at the free throw line. 7 of 12 this season for 58% in his 5 games. Now game number 6.
Rolls the first one in.
5 points a game, 5.4, 5.6 rebounds. So a very balanced athlete.
Hits the second one as well, as he'll get a break for Albers.
Albers comes back in, Dave, with 2 fouls.
Coach McClurg is one of them that's not afraid to play a player with 2 fouls in the first half. You know, some people, some coaches with 2 fouls, you're out.
Yep.
He puts them in. You know, there's pros and cons to either strategy. He's had cases where a player has picked up a 3rd foul before halftime, but finding the balance there, and there's a nice move there by Ethan Reichert.
Job well done, and again, boy, Albers gets down the court pretty quick. He'll lose it off his hands, but a nice job running down the court, and Minster almost got him an easy one. But nice move there on the other end by Ethan Reichert. Good ball movement and good attack to the basket for the 6'2 senior. Reichert leads the team in scoring just under 14, like you said, but again, a big bucket. Now they get a turnover, a chance to draw that 9-point deficit a little bit closer midway through the second quarter.
Reichert one of 6 seniors on this team. Unfortunately, 2 of them are the ones that are hurt. And there's a shot missed there by Hemrick. Be a foul in the backcourt. Again, if you just joined us, Garrett Stallman, their best player the last 2 years, had an ACL injury. I believe it was in a playoff game against St. Henry. And very good player. Probably would have had 1,000 points sometime this season. Also, Jacob Krager, 5'10 senior, the point guard, 3-year starter, also out with injury after 7 games. And Ansonia trying to recover, and open look there by Richard rattles out.
And tonight they're not playing also with Lane Bowman.
Drive to the basket. Trevor Hemrick with the basket.
Good battle. Now Sudding's back to 7, so good job by the Tigers. Hemrick now with 7 points in the ballgame, hit a 3-pointer in the first quarter.
Steffi open for another 3.
Well, that's a good answer. That momentum, that can squelch a little bit of momentum. Good shot by Steffi. That's his 3rd made 3-pointer. He came into the game making 8.
Yeah, he's hasn't shot that many lately. He shoots inside. There's a long 3 there by Bowman. A little too long. Tipped around. Albers comes up with a tip one. Hook shot in.
Again, good balance. At first I thought he was going to maybe go at the basket. I thought maybe risk the offensive charge, but really stayed under control. A high release, a soft finish. He has 6 points in the game.
30-18, I believe the largest lead of the night for the Wildcats.
Just like that, it's back to a dozen. After a 3-pointer by Steffi, then a miss by the Tigers, and then Albers, and really hardly any time elapsed, they put 5 unanswered points on the board.
Sonia on the attack. Almost lost it. Their wins have been over Howson, Twin Valley South, and Massinawa Valley twice. Most recently last week.
And again, I don't think that was a league game by how I read their schedule, but yeah, they battled. They've played some good games. And again, I think Coach Overton mentioned they just lack consistency, which is what you'll have when you lose kind of guys you expected there to be your leaders, and then you have to reload and go through some other injuries and battle through that. It's tough to play a solid 32 minutes against good competition.
Drive by Reichert. Will be a foul on the rebound by Kettner.
That was a nice move by Reichert. Kind of had a tough angle to finish it. Couldn't really get it off the glass like he wanted to, but did a nice job getting to the basket. Just couldn't finish, and the foul against Ansonia is their 4th of the quarter.
Minster's in a stretch right now. They're playing 8 games in a 16-day stretch. I think they're in about game 5 of this. Unbelievable amount of games that they've had. 3-ball by Kettner. Holman with the rebound. Kicks it out. Steffi back to Richard. Now to Steffi. Kettner will try another corner 3 and hit that one. Good ball movement.
Nice, good short memory as they fed him the ball right back. So try it again, man. You're open. And Kettner now hit his first of the varsity game after missing his first 2 attempts.
Kettner was like 4 of 6 from the JV level. They were long threes he hit.
All in the first quarter.
All in the first quarter. Played the second, then he sat out the second half so he get all 4 quarters here tonight.
Nice
drive
move
to the basket by Matt Bargy.
Well, they've had some nice drives where they've gone at the glass and had some good finishes.
Richard will be fouled. Cole Richard will go to the line to shoot 2.
Good job, Richard. Just kind of wheeling and dealing and pivoting through, drawing some contact.
Yeah, talked about that 16-game stretch. They had a stretch. They played St. Henry on a Friday night. Then they played the MLK Classic on a Sunday. Played Botkins on Tuesday. Versailles on Friday. Fort Laramie on Saturday. Ansonia tonight. And New Knoxville on Friday. Waynesfield Goshen on Saturday. And then if you extend it to 19 days, they have a makeup game against Marion on Tuesday. I talked to Coach McClurg about that. It's like, how do you like that? With that, he said, boy, I'd like to have a couple practices, but I'm sure the kids rather have games.
This is a condensed season for them a little bit with their football success, so less practice time and more playing time, but you do need some time in that gym work where you can listen to your coach, and because you don't have all the answers when you're 16 years old and 17 years old. You may think so, and your body can do it, but your mind isn't there. So that's why the older, i.e. the coach, is there to help your mind improve the game. Your body is definitely there probably, but
drive to the basket, a follow there by Matt Bargy.
Right place, right time. I'll give that an offensive rebound bucket, second chance point, and they get a turnover.
Bargy comes up with the steal, knocked away. It will stay with Ansonia. Minster doesn't usually have many Tuesday night games. The one's a makeup, but Ansonia's a new team on the schedule. I've been in town 37 years. I don't remember a time that Minster's played Ansonia. I know back in the day they were both in the MAC.
Back when it was the Mercer All Glaze County League.
When the MAC started, it was Ansonia and Bradford was in the MAC. Before they went
you're right.
For 5 years, and then they went to the CCC.
Gotcha.
When I had this written down, it's the 48th meeting, though, so there's been a bunch of games probably long ago.
Way back in the 70s, probably.
They were in the same football conference before the MAC, too, as the Tri-County League, so I'm guessing it kind of spilled over to basketball, but Minster
they haven't played each other in basketball in a long time.
In a long time that I can remember. Maybe they played 2 years in there, but I don't remember it for the last several years. Niemeyer scrambles, able to keep it alive. Richard to the hoop.
That's a charge.
And
I agree.
Yep.
Oh, who took it? 15 or 1? I saw that.
I think it was 1. I didn't.
Okay, so
it was more of a person his size.
Yeah, Bargy then took the charge. Thought it was a good call. He was there as picks up the foul against.
So under a minute to go. Ansonia, the chance here to cut into this 13-point lead.
It just doesn't seem like it should be 13. It seems like Ansonia has been very, they've had a few turnovers, but boy, they've had some nice offensive plays where you think, well, just do that all the time. Now another turnover, though, is going to hamper their ability to score.
Kettner with a nice steal.
4 turnovers in a quarter, 6 in the ball game. Likewise for Minster, 4 turnovers here in the second quarter, 2 in the first. So each team with 6 first half turnovers.
Richard pulls it out. See if the Wildcats go for 1. Comfortable 13-point lead, under 20 seconds to go. So there's been some indication from the bench on what they would like to do. They have a lot of different options if they need to. Richard is double teamed, stolen away by Hemrick. He'll go to the basket and draw the foul.
Nice defensive play by Hemrick as put some pressure on Richard. Create the steal. Unfortunately, can't get the end one, but good defensive play there. Kind of got Minster in a little bit of a problem, and chance here to capitalize.
Second foul on Richard. Good double team by Hemrick and Bargy. Hemrick,
48% free throw shooter on the season. His first attempt of the game tonight. He now has 6 points.
in and out. Rebound Niemeyer, that's stolen by Hemrick. He puts up a shot, in and out, follows, does not fall. The teams will go to halftime. Our score in our First National Bank scoreboard, Minster 35, Ansonia 23. We'll be back with the stats in the second half when we return on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
We're at halftime here on our First National Bank scoreboard. Minster leads by 12, 35-23 with our mid-game stats brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. Here's Mr. Jeff Henshin.
Thank you, Dave. Field goal shooting for the Ansonia Tigers. First half from two-point range, the Tigers was 6 of 18 from two-point range, 3 of 10 from three-point range. All three of those makes came in the first quarter. Overall, the Tigers 9 of 28 from the field. Minster, a very impressive 8 of 11 from two-point shooting, a very impressive 5 of 10 from three-point shooting. Overall, 13 of 21 at 61%. Good reason they have a 12-point lead. Maybe it should be bigger, but they've shot the ball very well. Free throw shooting, Ansonia 2 of 5, Minster 4 of 6. Rebounding, Ansonia has a total of 11 rebounds, and surprisingly, of those 11, 6 of them, of course, Minster hasn't missed many shots, so you're not going to have many defensive rebounds. Ansonia has 6 offensive rebounds, haven't maybe capitalized that much on those opportunities. Minster on the glass, they have 4 offensive rebounds, so of the few shots they've missed, I know Holman has a couple of rebounds, but they've been big on the glass, and they also have a total of 8 defenses, so 12 rebounds for the Cats. And turnovers, Ansonia with 6, Minster with 8. And those are your halftime stats. Individual scoring for Ansonia, 8 points from Ethan Reichert, 6 apiece from Trevor Hemrick and Matt Bargy, 3 from Landon Bowman, their total of 23. For Minster, 13 from Brogan Steffi, 7 from Cole Richard, 6 from Cole Albers, 4 from James Niemeyer, 3 from Andrew Kettner, 2 from Ian Holman, their total of 35.
Minster 35 points this half. Their season high was against Botkins. They had 70. Another night they shot very well.
They shot, I think you said, a very
11 on threes.
3-pointers, and that they were on their way to 70. And here they're halfway to 70. And you talk about the JV game. I've seen Minster play a couple times. They scored 61 points in the JV contest. Today, I believe it was 61.
Yeah, it was.
So, and Kettner didn't even play. I mean, they've been saving players for varsity action, so they've been figuring out how to put the basketball in the bucket.
Nice pass underneath, the follow by Niemeyer for 2.
Nice backdoor cut. Richard couldn't get it, but Niemeyer comes there, right place, right time for his 6th point on second chance opportunity. Good start for the Wildcats.
Ansonia, their first opportunity here. Hemrick to the basket, will shoot 2. Let's double check the lineup. Looks like the same that Ansonia's had. Number 1, Matt Bargy. Number 4, Landon Bowman. Number 5, Ethan Reichert. Number 11, Asher Shives. Number 12, Taylor Hemrick. The same starters that started out for the Tigers.
Hemrick at the line here. He picked up the 3rd foul against Cole Richard, I have assumed. Yep. Kettner comes in for Richard. And Trevor Hemrick made his 2nd of 3 attempts in the game tonight. Now 3 for 4 with 8 points.
Minster, the same starters. Kettner's in for Richard, but otherwise Schmeezing, Steffi, Niemeyer, Albers. Richard, who had just left, they steal away from Albers.
Nice job by Hemrick coming down there and kind of double teaming, and big shot here for the Tigers if it goes.
Bowman's in and out on the 3. Steffi with 13 points loses a handle on the drive.
Back-to-back turnovers for Minster. So again, Ansonia a chance here to get to within single digits. That last 3-point attempt by Bowman would have been critical, a big make if he could have got it to go down. Instead, they're going to give it back to the Cats.
Shives, or it's thrown away by Reichert. Coach McClure had to dance away from that one.
Yeah, I didn't think the basketball probably didn't scare him. I think he was more worried maybe about the Ansonia Tigers coming at him. It would have been over and back violation, but you never know. Kids they'll dive at a ball going out of bounds. Any chance to take out the opposing coach, right?
Albers followed by Niemeyer. Niemeyer with 2 offensive stickbacks.
And I missed Albers
with the 3.
Oh,
that's his first missed 3. He's 2 of 2.
Good point. He came in 100%. Now he's 2 for 3 on the season. But boy, James Niemeyer, 2 rebounds offensive, put up for 4 points and a block shot.
Nice block, but good follow and finish there by Ethan Reichert. Reichert in double figures with 10.
He averages just under 14.
Niemeyer thought about a 3, will drive to the hoop. Rebound to Ansonia. They're pushing it. Both these teams not afraid to push the tempo. Reichert with the tray. Clearing the boards is James Niemeyer. Connor Schmeezing to Kettner. Down to Albers.
A lot of touches for Albers here in the 3rd quarter.
Can't quite finish on the bank shot.
Left it a little bit flat, but he's touched the ball, I think, about every possession here in the 3rd quarter.
Bargy's shot is short. Able to get his own rebound back. Will try again. And he now has 8 points.
Both teams with 2 offensive rebounds here in the quarter. Both teams have put them back up for 4 points. And boy, the Tigers just don't go away. I mean, they're down by 10, and you just feel like they've got the ability, if Minster doesn't take care of business, and Sonia could get a run of offense here and capable of scoring the basketball.
Steffi is fouled. One of the keys Coach McClure had was don't come into this game flat. I think they did that on Saturday. They played Fort Laramie on Saturday. It's a rival, but Fort Laramie very down this year, and Fort Laramie had the lead on them in the second half, but came back. Cole Richard had 21 points. He had 10 in the 4th quarter. They won by, I think, 7 or 9. But I think that comment, I'm just guessing here, came from they played a little flat from what I've heard at Fort Laramie. It's okay to be flat if you can pull out the win.
Yeah, it all works out. But, yeah, you got to, when you start winning games and you play a team that all of a sudden is having a down year, you think, oh, we should be able to win. Well, that's not the case. Fort Laramie still competing. And I've seen them play a couple times. They still are trying to score and win the game. So nothing is a hand freebie, if you will.
Yeah, Minster had gone through a 4-game stretch playing some really tough competition, among them St. Henry. Toledo Christian is a great team. And then they won 3 in a row, and the upcoming stretch looks some more winnable games, and just kind of human nature to relax a little bit.
Yeah, for the first time they maybe were the favorite in some of those games against Fort Laramie and kind of didn't come in, and they maybe the favorite tonight. You mentioned the upcoming games, probably the favorites for the next couple of games, as you mentioned, with tonight and then New Knoxville and Waynesfield.
Drive by Reichert. Will draw the foul. Niemeyer tried to get the block.
3rd foul on James Niemeyer. A couple Wildcats with 3 fouls. James Niemeyer with 3. Cole Richard with 3.
Ethan Reichert, I've been impressed with him tonight. Plays can drive, can shoot the 3s.
Yeah, like I said, that's why it's impressive. They've got Yeah, they have the ability. They haven't maybe finished in all of their attempts, but they look good doing it. And like, well, they've done this before. So if that all kind of lines up together, you just don't know what they're capable of out. And Coach Overton talked about being consistent. That lacking consistency has been their Achilles heel this season, and trying to work through it. But boy, once you get that rhythm, they can be a dynamite team and tough to stop.
Lead down to 10. Steffi will drive, off-balance shot. Homan with another rebound and is fouled.
He's had at least 3 offensive rebounds here in the ball game.
Yeah, I think you had 5 rebounds a game. He's a very strong player underneath there, and Holman gives Minster that toughness when he's in the game. Just a little more physical.
The St. Henry game, he might, if someone says who wants to run through a brick wall, I think he would volunteer because he's that type of player. He goes, I will do it if that's what it takes to make something happen. He's a strong player, a lot of energy. Nice follow-up.
Tip there by Albers.
Well, that is now 4 offensive rebounds. 3 of them the Wildcats have put up 6 points with.
Ansonia to Reichert over Albers. Ball on the floor. Holman retrieves the loose ball. Albers is the one to keep that alive.
There you can see Reichert kind of really rushed his shot knowing that Albers was in the area.
Good stick back by Cole Albers.
Well, another offensive rebound. Albers with 2 of them and Niemeyer with 2. Each of those guys have put 4 points on second chance.
Reichert drives baseline. Steffi tried to steal it, will be called with a foul.
Again, there's Reichert going to the basket. I thought he kind of rushed his last attempt, but Albers was down there. Reichert 6'2", but still Albers is a lengthy 6'8" player. This time, though, he draws a foul on the Minster Wildcats. More free throws. His 4th trip to the line tonight. He had an end one option in the first he did not convert on. Was 1 of 2 in the second quarter. Was 1 of 2 here and then made that one, so he's 2 of 3 here in the quarter.
Converts both there.
Yep.
Up to 13 points.
4 of 7 from the free throw line. And back to a 10-point game. So just...
Richard. There's a good job by... Well, it goes out of bounds, but good job by Ansonia to keep that alive.
But it stays with Minster.
Stays with Minster. And that was Schmidtmeyer was in the game. He had 2 big, strong guys, and Albers and Homan next to him. So at least they can reset defense. Richard gives it up to Steffi. Steffi had a 5-point game against Fort Laramie, but before then he had back-to-back 21-point games. Botkins and Versales. Nice pass to Albers. Assist to Richard.
6 points in the quarter for Cole Albers. 12 in the game.
Bargy into the corner. Reichert thought about it. Shot up, rolls in there by Landon Bowman.
Bowman's 5th point. He had a 3-pointer way back in the first quarter.
Steffer reset, 2:44 to go here in the third quarter. Minster trying to win their 4th in a row. Ansonia trying to win their 2nd in a row. Steffi off the screen by Albers. So run through their offense. Ansonia, both teams have played man all night. Homan for the layup.
Pretty good recognition, feeling the defender was behind him. Give the assist to Cole Albers, but Homan, a little bit of a pump fake, sense, knew, whatever, waited for the defender basically to go by him, and then go up with a strong finish for his 4th point right at the season average. And that actually comes off, I think, that offensive rebound. No, I won't get into the details. I thought maybe they still scored off that possession.
No, I don't think it was an offensive rebound. It's just a pass. There's Richard in and out. Rebound Bargy. Bowman thought about it. Reichert back to Bargy. Off the screen. At the elbow, Matt Bargy.
He now is in double figures with 10, just below his season average of 10.8.
Cuts the lead back to 12. Steffi working off a screen. A nice job of double teaming. But Holman is open. Coach McClurg unfortunately called a timeout before what would have been the layup by Holman. Full time on the floor. You're watching high school basketball on NK Toko Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Coming out of this precision strip timeout with 1:13 to go in the third quarter. Minster by 12.
Coach McClurg will have to give Ian Holman a Christmas card as he called timeout right when the pass went in. Probably would have been a layup opportunity for Holman, but the Cats reset the final 60-plus seconds, a 12-point lead.
And the foul there as they tried to steal it from Schmeezing.
Not a bad foul, it's just a third, so here's that case where, well, it's a third quarter, but it's not a free throw shooting opportunity, so it's just ball back out. You can kind of play a little bit aggressively.
Minster playing tonight without Cole McClurg. Had a sprained ankle. I'm guessing it was in practice last night. Didn't sound like it was anything serious with the league game coming up on Friday. Probably a little bit of rest.
I'll see him Friday at New Knoxville then.
You think you have the game on Friday night at New Knoxville? There's Kettner will try another corner three and rattles it home.
He came in to the varsity game. Remember, varsity made 1 of 13 on the season for 7%.
Yeah. He hasn't really,
He's made 2 tonight.
He's had 6 tonight if you count his 4 JV ones, so. And there's a missed rebound. Steffi over to Kettner. Step back 3. That one's short. Steffi with the rebound. Oh, almost fell in. There's you-know-who, Ian Holman.
Multiple looks. The second one is a due for the Cats on a second chance.
Down to 2 seconds. 3 will not fall. We go to the fourth quarter. Wildcats in control on our First National Bank scoreboard. Up by 17 here on NK Toko Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
We go to the fourth quarter on our First National Bank scoreboard. Minster up 53-36.
Offense continues to click well for the Wildcats. They've scored 18, 17, and 18 now in 3 quarters. Continue to shoot the basketball very well, Dave. 8 of 14 in quarter number 3. 7 of 13 two-point shooting. Only 1 of 6 from three-point range, but overall 8 of 19, I should say. 8 of 19. Not just below 50%, but as a game now, 21 of 35, so still pretty good percentage. That's tough to compete with if you're Ansonia, unless you're matching that same percentage, and Ansonia was only 4 for 12.
Reichert nails the 3.
Well, that's a good start. If you're going to make a magical comeback, get started early in the final quarter when you're down by 17 going into it.
But now with 16 to lead all scorers.
Yep, he's been shooting it and capable of scoring. But
Steffi finds Niemeyer. Nice move. Nice pass.
Another assist on good ball movement. Niemeyer's having himself a nice game now with 10 points and very efficient scoring. He's only missed 1 shot.
I think that's his season high. I'll double check here on my stats. Yes, it is. The season high before was 8. So it's the 3rd Wildcat in double digits. Join Albers and Steffi. Shot draws back iron for Ansonia.
where Ansonia only one turnover in the third quarter, but when Minster continued to shoot a lot of volume and they got a lot of offensive rebounds, did the Wildcats in that third quarter. They scored 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points on second chance. So the shots Minster missed, basically the possessions they scored on. So they were very efficient.
Very high percent of possessions that they scored on.
Court, they're putting the ball in the basket one way or the other.
Yeah, I know. I used to follow UD basketball a lot, and that's a bank shot by Landon Bowman back when Don Donner was a coach, and he talked about points per possession. And then if you got to 1, that's pretty good. Minster's probably above that with the threes and so many second chance points.
And they really took advantage of their positioning on the offensive glass in that quarter number 3.
Kettner trying for number 3.
Well, this young man might be getting some confidence. That's his third make at the varsity level tonight, and getting an opportunity, maybe with some injuries with McClure guy, but anytime you can find guys, there's plenty of time in the game and positions to fill, if you will, that if you can knock down shots, you will find a place to play on the court.
3 by Bowman. Rebound by Kettner. Kettner early in the season was playing solid, but he seems like he's much more comfortable out there than he was early in the year, and I think that's hence the reason for the 1 for 13 for threes. Nice give and go to Steffi for the basket.
Nice pass, another assist. That one from Cole Albers, and Minster 4 for 4 to start the fourth quarter. They continue to shoot the basketball very well, and there's a long way to go in the season, but tough to beat when you're shooting this high percentage and playing very good defense as well.
Yeah, I think the other thing, Minster's defense has definitely improved the last few games. As Ansonia keeps firing, Bargie's 3. Good hustle by Riker, but it goes right to Richard. And a pass to Kettner, and Kettner now in double figures. His timeout by Ansonia. Kettner in double figures as well. We'll step aside. Another timeout sponsored by Precision Strip on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Coming out the Precision Strip timeout, Minster with a 22-point lead.
Well, they've been continuing, Dave, to not let off the throttle. Their shooting has been superb. 5 for 5 now in the fourth quarter. In the third quarter, they're 8 of 19. But I mentioned of those, what would be 11 shots, 5 of them they got off the glass and put back up for 10 points. So they've just been tough to battle. Nice head and shoulder fake. Wow, they can. Ansonia's a nice ball club. They got some guys that can do it. They just have run into a little bit of a buzzsaw. With a team shooting such a high percentage, you can't have any empty trips. And Ansonia's had a few, and Minster just keeps pouring it on offensively.
Drive to the basket is Niemeyer. Niemeyer now with 12, and they're approaching their season high that was against Botkins at 70. The only other game they've been above 60, it was 65 against Houston. So.
What did they have against St. Henry?
St. Henry, they had 57.
Okay.
It was 57. They had a 10-point lead with 4 minutes to go, and that shot is off the mark. We looked earlier, you looked at the rankings on the briefly, the Max Prep rankings that they're
RPI
they have from Max Preps, and they're currently in their district, they're ranked third behind LCC's now in the district this year. They're first, St. Henry's second, and then Minster is at third. So
they'll use those rankings for the seeding when tournament draw comes around, which, by the way, is coming up.
I think the girls are this first Sunday in February. I think the boys are the second Sunday.
And we're nearing the last Sunday in January.
Yeah, you're right. So it's pretty
around
early.
The corner.
It's unbelievable. Once this first of the year hits, it's unbelievable how fast it goes. And Minster hitting their strides, going to win their fourth in a row. And Richard, he's up to 9.
They'll win more than 4 in a row if they shoot like this percentage. I mean, what have they done wrong? And Richard is their leading scorer, and he's got 9.
They got New Knoxville coming up. They have Waynesville Goshen on Saturday, at Marion on Tuesday, and then they play Dolphin St. John the following Friday. So they're
New Knoxville and Waynesville, probably Minster will be the favorite.
Yeah.
Marion local, I'm not real sure what to say because a lot of expectation. I think with the two big guys, they've had some issues.
They haven't quite clicked yet. Yeah, but they might.
But Delphus is for real. The Elwer boys, it's going to be a tough battle.
Yeah, Cam Elwer's averaging 27 points a game. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and his younger brother probably isn't far behind. He's had some games where he put up in the 20s as well.
Yeah, unbelievable. As for Ansonia, they're in the WOAC. They will play the league leader right now, Preble Shawnee. They are 7-0, 13-1 overall. They're tied with Tri-Village at 6-0. And Preble Shawnee, they've had a player, Mason Shrout, went over 2,000 points recently.
Wow, that's a lot of offense.
And there's not that many that went over 2,000 as Dominic Meyer swishes the 3.
Minster has not missed a shot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for 8 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I tried to look up on the Ohio High School website. They only listed them over 2,200, and there's 33 players. All-time leading scorer was John Diebler, who played at Ohio State.
Upper Sandusky's where
Fostoria he played at. I thought it was Upper Sandusky too. Now he said, maybe I read it wrong. Also, Jay Burson was 4th. There's only 2 of them over 3,000, so timeout on the floor. So just going on that list a little bit, there's 2 over 3,000. John Diebler, number 1. Jason Burson, number 4. And some of the other ones, I didn't realize. Nate Lessing from Fairlawn, graduating 2016. He was 2202. A guy by the name of Jimmy Jackson from
Toledo Montgomery.
Yeah, 2348. Greg Simpson from Lima Senior, 2346. I'm trying to give you some of the ones you might recognize.
Jamar
Butler, 2004, 2412. Shawnee. Bob Huggins. That coach, Bob Huggins, coached by his dad, Charlie Huggins.
Washington Courthouse?
I think it's Indian Valley South.
Indian Valley South. Yep, Indian Valley
1972 he graduated. There was no three-pointer back there. 24-38. Jerry Lucas back in 1958, a famous name, Middletown. Won some there. He went to Ohio State. He played at the Knicks and also the Cincinnati Royals.
Did you say he had a nickname?
No.
Okay.
He was and then a guy by the name of LeBron James. I've heard of that guy somewhere.
I haven't.
2,600 points. And then Matt Witt from Bethel, if you remember that team in the early 2000s. They knocked off a very good Marion team in the regional finals in 2002. So that's some of the all-time scorers over 2,000 points. But again, from Preble Shawnee, Mason Shrout just went over 2,000. He's the first in Preble County to ever go over. Preble County includes the Eaton schools, Preble Shawnee, some of the others. And congratulations, that young gentleman. He's going to go to Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne to continue his basketball career. That's who Ansonia plays on Friday. Right now, Ansonia down by 27. And we'll have an illegal screen there on Ansonia. So let's check the lineup again. Connor Schmees in the game. Andrew Wiss in. Evan Prang, number 3 in the backcourt. He'll be the point guard here. Evan Pranger, number 11. Dominic Meyer and Ian Holman. That's pretty well.
For Ansonia, Ben Barnes, number 22. 11 is Asher Shives. 15, we talked, he's been in the game, Bennett Lehman. Number 2, Cooper Riffle. He played in a JV game. I think you mentioned his name. 32, Zane Henderson.
Andrew Wiss, that is his first, I believe, his first varsity points. First one of the season. Andrew Wiss, always a memorable time when you can make your first varsity points.
And unless I missed something while we were jabbing or talking, Minster hasn't missed a shot in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they have stayed hot. And there's a basket there by number 22, Ben Barnes.
That is impressive.
It is. They have topped their season high of 70. at 74 as we're down to.
Somebody
lost his shoe.
It's
number 2, Cooper Riffle, loses a shoe but makes the basket. I have a story to tell. His grandkids someday.
Yeah, I scored once without my shoe on.
Shoe off. It was the winning shot to win the game.
Yeah, got us back within 26.
So it looks like Minster will run out the clock. Point guards are already shaking hands. Minster will go to 7-6 on the season. They play at New Knoxville on Friday night, where Ansonia Tigers fall to 4-9 overall. Again, our final on our First National Bank scoreboard, Minster wins 74-48. This is the post-game stats brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. The scoring for Minster from top to bottom, Ian Holman with 6 points, Andrew Kettner with 11 points, Andrew Wiss with 3, Cole Richard with 9, Brogan Steffi with 16, James Niemeyer with 12, Cole Albers with 14 for their total of 74 points. Again, 4 players in double figures led by Steffi with 16, Cole Albers with 14, James Niemeyer with 12, and Andrew Kettner with 11. For the Ansonia Tigers as they fall to 4-10 on the season. Top to bottom, Matt Bargy with 10, Cooper Riffle with 2, Landon Bowman with 7, Ethan Reichert, very good player, with 18, Trevor Hemmerich with 5, and Bren Barnt with 2. Again, the leading scorers for Ansonia was Ethan Reichert with 18, Matt Bargy with 10. Ansonia will play the league leader, Preble Shawnee. They will host them on Friday night in the WOAC. Minster will travel over to the barn at New Knoxville. Jeff will have that game on NK Telco Sports. They will also play Waynesfield Goshen at home on Saturday, and they'll come back and play at Marion Local on Tuesday night. The JV game was won by Minster as well. They won that game 64-46 under JV coach J.J. Woolmeyer. So a good night for Minster. And with our team stats, here's Mr. Jeff Etchen.
Thank you, Dave. I want to make sure I get the right percentage here as I'm going to start. Okay. For Ansonia, for 2-point shooting, the Tigers were 13 of 30 from 2-point range, 5 of 21 from 3-point range overall. Ansonia, 18 of 51 from the field. Minster, 21 of 30 from 2-point range. They missed 9 2-point shots, 9 of 19 from beyond the arc, only missing 10 3-pointers and making 9. So the Wildcats finished 30 of 49 for 61% unofficially. So that's a pretty good clip offensively. They were perfect 9 for 9 in the fourth quarter. Free throw shooting, Ansonia 7 of 11, Minster 5 of 8. Rebounding, Ansonia had 17 rebounds. 9 of them were offensive. Minster 31 rebounds. 12 of those were offensive and really did damage Dave in that third quarter, scoring 10 points off those 12 offensive rebounds. Really opened up the game and really shut down any chance I think Ansonia had that very good third quarter. Turnovers, Ansonia had just 8. Minster had 12. Those are your final game stats. Pretty good shooting, 61% from the field for Minster. And the offensive rebound came up big in the third quarter, and that helped the Cats.
Minster wins their 4th in a row. Now it's 7-6. And, you know, we wish Ansonia the best of luck. They're a solid
fun
team.
to watch.
They're fun to watch. Ethan Reicher's a nice player. Matt Bargy, boy, I'm sure a few of them have thought, boy, if the two good players got hurt if they were playing, unfortunately for Ansonia, wish them luck. Minster, a team going into the season, they're coming off last year where they were 3-20, but even on top of that, I think the hopes were high. Maybe not expectations, but the hopes that, hey, there's a lot of talent, there's size in this team, and after a little slow start with some injuries as well, they are showing that.
It is, and, you know, even going back to the St. Henry game, they lost, you know, and you're ahead that game, Minster was, and lost in overtime. You know, it was a 3-point shot here in this quarter to send it to overtime, but you're thinking, oh, why aren't we winning? Well, you know, it's a game of inches, and Minster was an inch away of winning that game. And, you know, basketball is tough when you're playing good teams, and St. Henry's good. They battled back. Minster, though, has kind of maybe got hit in the throat with that game and then had a tough game at the Martin Luther King Classic, but have bounced back with some big wins. And, you want to be playing your best basketball near the end. They're getting healthier. They're getting some people back. Still, they're going to run into some tough competition, but a good win for tonight. You got to enjoy winning. It isn't easy, so enjoy it when you can.
One more order of business. We need to name our player of the game for Minster, and this is one of those that you could
pick one out.
You could pick a number of players.
Yeah, they all. I mean, it's offensively they shot extremely well. I can't really think of a player that didn't do something. I like that. I mean, let's go with he's been back. He probably hasn't got it yet. Let's go with junior, 6'3", number 15 on the roster. James Niemeyer finishes with 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 points. Missed one shot, hit a couple free throws. Just one of many Wildcats, but good to see him get back in the flow. If he can score 12 points a game, they're going to win more games in a row. Yeah. You add this offense up at 74 points tonight. A lot of guys contribute, but it's good to see James just playing in his 6th game to get his legs back under him, and hopefully he can stay healthy. And congratulations to James Niemeyer, our NK Telco player of the game.
Congratulations to James Niemeyer. Congratulations to the Minster Wildcats as they win their 4th in a row. Now at 7-6. I'd like to thank our sponsors real quick. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Borchers Family Flooring, NK Telco, as well as Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Seisch Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler, Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio with our sponsors that make our telecast possible for NK Telco Sports. For my partner, Jeff Henson, I'm Dave Kanapke. Thanks for watching on NK Telco Sports.